Welcome again. So, I'm going to be teaching us how to manage products and sales for multi-location businesses. So that means you are a business that has more than one outlet and you want to use Virtualrx to manage your process. So there are two scenarios. First scenario is that depending on your use case in your business, you run your locations independently. That means that as a business, you can decide to run location A. That means they have their suppliers, location B has their suppliers. They don't have the same inventory, or they don't have the same price, or they just don't work together. You don't do stock transfer. Let me put it that way. So you don't need this video. But if your location is one that they have similar stock, you have one central store where every purchase comes in through, and then you now have to transfer to other smaller locations. Then you most likely need this video a bit more. So I assume you already have your business locations. So the first thing you want to do is come to products and come to selling price group. So selling price group is where you create the selling price for that location. So ideally, if you're I'll advise you use the name of the location or the area. So for example, if the location is so for my own location now, I have Metropolis as my location two. I have Kentwood as my location one. So I'm creating a selling price group for Metropolis because I want to be able to use a different price for the same inventory. So if your location one is Lekki, for example, and location two is Ikoyi, you can come here, add new selling price group and call it Ikoyi, then save it. Right? Just like that and save it. So but for this video it's Metropolis I'm using. So when you're done with that, what you want to do is go to settings and then go to business location. So whichever location fits into the Ikoyi. So that means whatever location you are going to use for that selling price group, you go to edits and then come down to default selling price group and then choose that same Metropolis. So what I'm trying to do is that for this business location, I want all the prices that will be displayed on the POS to display the Metropolis price. That's Metropolis default selling price group. So by default, when you come here to be most likely on select or default selling price. So change it to the location or change it to the selling price group that you want to use. Then save it and close out. Then do is you come to your user management and come to roles. So if you are working with selling price group, the ideal thing is for you to also create a role to manage that process. And this is why. So when you edit the role, so let's assume because you have cashiers in location one, you have cashiers in location two. So what you want to do is create a cashier role for different location. Because when you scroll down to the bottom here, you see that there's a permission that says access selling price group. So you also need to choose that same Metropolis, which is your own location now, the selling price group, and choose it so that once this cashier logs in, they will not see the default selling price, which is the price for location one. They won't see the wholesale price if we have that. The only price that they will see on their products that they are selling is the price that you've attached to this Metropolis. So when you also do that, add it and tickets and then update. So going forward, it means that when you have users, you're going to attach users to the location, to the role that you want for that location. So for example, I'm using this user as my test case. So I've given this user this role cashier 2 because that's where my location 2 is. And then you can see Metropolis and save. So now we go to the products profile. So for products, the way to do this is click on action and then click on add or edit prices. What this does is that it says, so this is my default selling price. So that means that when I remember I bought this thing for 100,000 and then I'm selling for 110,000. This is my default selling price. And I'm saying that I want my wholesale price now to be say maybe 105. And then Metropolis, let's assume Metropolis is in the very eyebrow area. I want it to sell for 120,000. 120,000. So you can work with this as fixed or percentage. So for example, if you use percentage, it means that if I use percentage and I'm take it as say maybe 40%, what it means that I want this price in Metropolis to be 40% of this selling price per time. So I don't need to be coming back here to change it manually. I just leave it as 40%. And whenever I change my default selling price group, whenever I change my default selling price, sorry, the price in the other locations also change. That's for this product. So, but for this use case, I'm going to just use fixed and then use 120,000 and then save it. So I have to do this for all the products. There's a template. So when you're importing you can import this with your Excel so that it's easy to manage for all the products. But I'll just do it manually now. So I've done for 21 days So I'm going to so for this video also I have another account open. So this is the cashier account here, and then this is the admin account. So I'm going to refresh this and check 21 this time. So this particular cashier only has access to location 2. So which is Metropolis. So I'm going to click on 21 this needle. So you can see that by default it's giving me $120,000, which is location 2 price. So then I can sell. So if I go back to my cashier account here and I go to POS and I want to sell the same products under Kentwood and I choose 21G sterile needle, it's going to give me 110,000. So can you see? So that's how you manage the prices. And then this does not this selling price group now doesn't affect your stock transfer. So for example, if location 1 is selling for 110,000, location 2 is selling for 120,000, it doesn't affect your stock transfer. You can still transfer stock from one location to the other. I think I did one already. So you can still transfer stock from one location to the other. So you can see that I transferred 8 bottles from Kento to Metropolis. So it doesn't affect your stock transfer. So ideally, the use case is that you are bringing in products from one location, you are transferring to other smaller location. Even now, you can still make purchases to any location. It doesn't matter, but the price of the selling group is going to take effect over any other price. So for example, I have a purchase I made here, and I made the purchase to Metropolis for that same product, and I put under there, I put my this 21. So I put my quantity to be 10 bottles, and then I put selling price. Let's see, any cost price in this this. Right, so I put my selling price for default for location 2 to 110,000. Whereas my default selling price, my selling price group is 120,000. So whatever I put in the default selling price group is what will take effect, irrespective of what I put here for location 2. So this unit selling price is only going to work for the default selling price. So I hope you understand. So if you want to use selling price group, in some ways that you want to use selling price group and you want to use different prices in different locations, the only way to manage it is to come to the product, click on actions, and then click on add already group prices. So whatever figure I put here, if I change it to 130,000, is what will show when the cashier is about to sell. It is not what you have on your purchases that will show as your it's not what you have on your purchases or what you have on your product that will show on the POS for the second location. But whatever you put on this purchase price, for example, you are purchasing and you tell your system that okay, I bought 10 quantity for $50,000 and I want to sell at 110,000, which is this. This will only work for the location 1, which is using the default selling price. And peradventure, you want to also create a selling price group for location 1. You don't want to use default selling price. You can also do that here. So come here, I can create another selling price group and call it Kentwood, which is my primary location, and save it. I also need to now come back to my business location here and then come to Kentwood, edit it, and tell the system that for all my products in Kentwood, I want you to use Kentwood selling price group as the price. I don't want to use the default selling price. So that's how it works. And that way you can manage products and sales with multi-location.